Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
You know, whether it's helping you help yourself, that's one of his expertise, right? Just being able to know who he knows who he's talking to, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I also have a Planet of the Apes poster at my place hanging on the wall, you know, from when I saw him in his most recent blockbuster movie or his major role in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, you know?
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie yet. I will. I haven't seen many of the Planet of the Apes films. Hasn't really been my thing, but it doesn't matter. I'll watch it because I know Andy's in it. He's one of the apes.
Yep, the ape elder, to be exact.
The ape elder. I need to give that a watch.
Yeah. You know how in films and in plays, how there's scenes where characters have to be so emotional to the point of crying, you know? For example, in the movie and the play, you know, King Lear, you know? Some really sad scenes, you know? How do actors get themselves to cry in that scene?
I think if you're
the iconic scene.
I think if you're trying to force emotion, it's not going to come. If you're trying to cry, you know, it's not going to come. I think it's really based on circumstances. For example, if I had a scene where I had a sister that died, so I just got to make that as real as I can for myself. And no matter what the process is, everyone's got their own process. I won't get into that, but what I can say is if you're trying to make them come, they're not gonna. They're just not gonna. And if they do, it's not real. It's not. And that's not just the method or whatever, right? I mean, you kind of, again, you take whatever you can from every class you do and you kind of put it in your tool belt. Do what works for you. Always try. Never dismiss anything unless you've tried it. Always be open-minded, but you really got to make, and this is just on my own experience, not talking for anyone else. I would try and make it as real as I can for myself, because then it will come. Or if you are result driven, you know, you're only going in one direction. You know, in life, you're at a funeral, you know, someone dies, you're not planning how you're going to feel. You're never planning how you're going to feel. Well, you know, if you're like, I'm going to try not to cry. Maybe you don't like crying in front of people. It'll make you cry. It will make you cry. It probably will. Yeah. That's how, I guess, I approach it. I can't talk for other actors, but that's how I would approach it. So, yeah.
Got it. What
Yeah.
advice would you give people wanting to get into the industry, the film industry?
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.